It's time for local stories from across the East. Local food. Local fashion. Local businesses. This is your home for local. This is the East's Daily Download on Eastern North Carolina CW.
Hello and welcome to the East Daily Download. My name is Mark. I'll be your tour guide on this adventure across the East, which today brings us not on location, but in studio to Studio E, behind the purple doors, we affectionately call it here at WNCT in Eastern North Carolina CW. Now, like many of you, we have come off the road for a while. We are stationary for safety reasons for the cast and the crew of the show. We are here at WNCT, and we'll continue to produce some shows from here for a while. Now, once everything is over, we will get back out on the road again on location. We'll be going to Jacksonville and New Bern, Washington, Kinston, all the great local communities across Eastern North Carolina. So look forward to that in the very near future. Okay, now we are heading towards our 150th episode, which is hard to believe, and we've been kind of taking a little look back at some of the best of, and we're going to also go look next week at the best of as well with some special stories. So let me tell you about how you can find this show. Now, we have multiple ways. Obviously, you're watching Eastern North Carolina CW right now, or are you? Are you watching on the WNCT mobile app, which is available for free at Google Play and the App Store? As you can see right here, you can download it, either one of those places. And not only do you get all the best local news from WNCT and weather from the First Alert Weather Team, but there is a tab right here. You click on the East Daily Download logo and you can watch this or any episode. So it's a great time anywhere you go. If you're at home right now and you don't have the ability to get up and watch at 7 a.m., for whatever reason, we'll watch right here on the app or at WNCT.com under the download tab. Okay, enough of that. Let's get things going today, get the show on the road, so to speak, metaphorically, of course. And when we get back, we'll show you some stuff from the past. But right now, take a look at this story. And we'll
She called me 2 weeks before Christmas in 2018 and said, "I have found your mother and you have 3 sisters." At that time I was 63 years old, so for my biological mother to be living was an absolute miracle to me.
Diane Gray waited for this for nearly 50 years.
But I did nothing.
At first, then after weeks of contemplation, Diane Gray made a life-changing call.
I chose my youngest sister. And I told her who I was, but I wanted to make sure that she understood who I was. I told her I was adopted.
30 minutes on the phone.
But the more we got to talking, the easier it became to talk with her. When I hung up the phone, I didn't honestly think I'd ever hear from her ever again. You've got a 50-50 shot that they're going to call you back. She called me back the next day.
That next phone call led to plans for a meeting in New York.
The day came for me to meet my biological father. It was a very cold day. It was the worst storm that they'd had.
The weather got so bad, Gray wasn't sure she'd make it. But Diane and her adoptive sister pushed through the storm.
We pulled up to my father's house, and I had my sister's hand. And I couldn't have done this without holding her hand. My father walks in, and I walk right towards him, and we hugged each other. And he says to me, "I'm so glad you're here. I never wanted to let you go. Thank you for your perseverance. And I love you." I'll never forget those words. It's still kind of raw to this day.
The truth about the coronavirus pandemic.
How do we put this in perspective? We need to be prepared and not panicked.
CBS News, the place for information, making sense of it all.
We've got a team of correspondents covering all of this. Joining us now is the Surgeon General, Dr. Jerome Adams.
Here are the facts as we know them right now.
We're talking about logical steps.
We'll have the latest information about what you need to know to protect yourself and your family.
Coronavirus, the race to respond. Continuing coverage on CBS and the free CBS News app.
Watch 9 on Your Side News anywhere, anytime with Live Stream 9.
Hey there, welcome back to the East Daily Download. It is not Thursday, December 5th. The reason that this is up is a kind of a nostalgic look back. So when we were doing our national holidays all the time, one of them was International Ninja Day, and we really racked our brains trying to figure out how we were going to do that episode, and we got all the way to segment, or D block as we call it, the last segment of the show, and still hadn't quite figured out how we were going to do it. And really, on the spur of the moment, an idea came up. Do you remember this, Bryce? That John was behind the camera, I think, that day, and or was he not behind the camera?
I was the one that was behind the camera.
Oh, were you? Okay.
I actually decided, I learned this cool trick when I was younger about taking a sweater with long sleeves and wrapping it around your head to make yourself look like a ninja, and I thought we could have John pop
That's
up
right.
behind the TV. And
That's right. Yes, so he does that. In fact, as I'm sitting here just talking, like I don't know anything that's going on, I'm talking about Celebrate a Ninja, he jumps up and kind of like runs right behind me. And if you watch it, I'm sure we're going to see it right here. It's really funny, and I think we all had a really big laugh at it when we saw John doing that and kind of sneaking out of the set. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. We have had a lot of fun on this show as we head towards 150 episodes. It's hard to believe it's gone really fast. You know what else is coming up fast? The next story. So that's what we call a little tease and a transition and a segue. So let's check this next story out, and we'll see you in a little bit here on the East Daily Download.
Watch a Chicago couple get married via video conference. Coronavirus restrictions forced Dan Kramer and Linda Feldman to change their wedding plans. So they got creative. They set up a video conference with a rabbi, a priest, musicians, friends, and family.
Not even a global pandemic could keep you from declaring your love for each other.
The ceremony played out live with participants logging on to contribute. The bride's family even had a wedding cake delivered to the happy couple. With most people staying indoors, one European town has totes gone to the goats. Pics and vids of a herd of goats wandering the streets was captured in North Wales. The herd's sheepish shenanigans continued well into the next day, even as locals documented the bizarre scene. They say sometimes the herd makes their way into the town when winds are high. Normally they'd be rounded up quickly, but with coronavirus restrictions and all, ain't nobody goat time for that. Finally, watch the Empire State Building shine red and white to honor emergency workers. Residents captured powerful images of the iconic building's light show, which is meant to resemble both a heartbeat and an emergency siren. The display pays tribute to heroic medical workers on the front lines of the coronavirus fight. The Landmark's Twitter account says the display will remain through the pandemic. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
I've watched Channel 9 for most of my life. I do appreciate the weatherman Jerry. He is, to me, he seems to be a person of preciseness. He just directly to the point. And when he does the weather, I know different times when we have had storms approaching or hurricanes or tornadoes, he's very to the point.
By prolonged, I mean tonight through about the first half of the day tomorrow.
He takes it seriously, and he lets us know that he loves what he does.
Beaches have been in the headlines across America. Here in Eastern North Carolina, there's one question that I'm wanting to know if people are considering. Can you stay safe and practice social distancing while enjoying nature and being at the beach?
Well, here, yes, not in Florida, but here is great. Yeah.
People are pretty far away from each other, so I think it's okay.
According to the travel section on CNN.com, it's definitely okay to get out and enjoy fresh air. They say it helps stop you from going stir crazy.
I feel like I've just been trying to do things to make myself, my mental health be good.
But you have to make sure you stay safe while doing it. Be sure to follow CDC guidelines and check local and statewide closures so you know what beaches and parks are open.
I never would have expected this 2 weeks ago.
Dare County has restricted access to non-residents and visitors until April 30th. So for now, homeowners are still taking advantage of the beach, and they say they're keeping social distancing in mind.
I think it's important to stop the spread of the virus early on.
Just to get away from things, isolate myself, and just practice sanitation. That's the best thing.
Students are out of school.
It kind of sucks because I do enjoy going to school.
People are working from home. Even those who haven't stopped working and are commuting every day to get to work, make sure you take a moment from each day to separate yourself from everything that's going on in the world. And above everything else, stay safe. For more information, you can go to WNCT.com or click on the download tab there. I'm Anissa Sakile with the East Daily Download.
The East Daily Download wants to hear from you. Send us your pictures and your viral videos, and don't forget to ask a question for Angie Quezada's Q&A with AQ. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Use the hashtag East Daily Download. What are online originals? Local stories, local documentaries, special features. Everything you need at your fingertips. WNCT.com online originals.
So have you ever been short on cash? That was kind of the premise of our National Payback a Friend Day, which was on Thursday, October 17th, not today, but that was in the past, as we look back at East Daily Download episodes from the past as this nostalgia trip as we head towards 150 episodes. So the premise here was that during the start of the show, I was on talking to the camera. Ryan, who is one of our engineers and the East Daily Download player, walked on, asked to borrow $5, and just stood there until I gave him the money. I gave it to him and he left. And then the next segment, you see him in the background with Bryce, who's behind the camera right now. Do you remember this, Bryce?
I did, and I remember Lauren and I trying to get it together for our little part of the show that day. And
because you gave her the $5, because Ryan gave you the $5 like he owed it to you.
Yeah.
So the whole idea was every segment somebody was giving the money to somebody else, and it all circled back to giving it back to me at the very end.
Yep, and Lauren and I had to keep doing it over and over because we just kept laughing every time. It just looked so suspicious.
And so at the very end, once Lauren gave me the $5 that she owed me, and we're wrapping the show up, then John's hand comes in, like you would
Classic
often
John.
see, and he does this movement, and I'm like, oh, that's right, I owe John $5, and
Right.
then he takes it. So everything came full circle from the start, which was kind of the whole idea of the storytelling, that we wanted to wrap a kind of a narrative thread throughout the course of the show between all the stories that you saw. So it's kind of a fun excursion. So again, National Payback a Friend Day. Now that's not coming up for a few months, so rest easy. Okay. Another thing you should do is rest easy right now, because we have another story coming your way at this moment, and when we come back, we'll have more great stuff. So stick around. East Daily Download.
What exactly is it that you're looking for?
Peace. This for me has kind of been like a masterclass in front of the camera for 10 years. I've learned so much from the people I've worked with.
My experience with Alex, I just remember sitting in a car with him when we first were shooting the pilot, and we just had the same expression on our face. Is this going to be something that goes for 10 years? Are they going to pick the show up? You know, it's a trippy thing. 10 years, man, that's a long time.
The best part of this whole thing has just been the people and the friendships I've made. I think I'll take with me more than I'm leaving. I mean, I refuse to let these people go.
It's iconic to be a part of such an iconic show. The second reboot, like everything. It was surreal to be asked to be a part of it, and now it's surreal to know that I have to say goodbye to it so soon.
When you get to do something that allows you to explore so many different emotions and stories as an actor, it's what we love.
The fans been the heartbeat of the show. Straight away when I came onto the show, they welcomed me in. You know, they're the reason why we come to work.
They're with us 100% of the way. And if it were just for the fans' sake, I'd have done this for 30 years.
I mean, it's coming up on 10 years since he died. Maybe I'm just feeling a little lost right now.
Last episode is really about McGarrett's struggle with the kind of year he's had.
We've really done a great job of sort of understanding what Steve has struggled with and what has sort of weighed on him and led him to this ultimate decision.
So now what? You're gonna walk the earth like the dude from Kung Fu, searching for answers? What are you gonna do?
Something like that. It's profound what this show has meant to me on so many other levels outside of the show. I don't have the words to tell you.
Watch your local WNCT 9 in Your Side news on our live stream on WNCT.com or on our mobile app.
People always ask me what kind of weather I like the most, and the more I stay in the business, the older I get, I always jokingly tell them I like sunny days. I like sunny days when it's about 70 degrees and there's no active weather coming anywhere. I have a lot of people in my family that love snow. I am not among them. I know many of you like snowfall. I think for a meteorologist, when it snows, especially in eastern North Carolina, it means time away from family. I'll take a sunny day over snow any day.
Hi, I'm Darisa Robles, the social media manager at WNCT. WNCT Now was born because digital is growing big and even bigger like every single day. So we want to keep up to date with every social media tools and whatnot. And we want to have more visual content for the audience. So we created WNCT Now to produce live streams, podcasts, and even a breaking newsroom. WNCT Now is not only broadcast, it's more than that.
In the winter's chill or summer's heat, a farmer works so the world can eat. Thank a farmer today. Send your thank you letters and videos to caring@WNCT.com.
East Daily Download wants to hear from you. Send us your pictures and your viral videos, and don't forget to ask a question for Angie Quezada's Q&A with AQ. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Use the hashtag East Daily Download.
In the winter's chill or summer's heat, a farmer works so the world can eat. Thank a farmer today. Send your thank you letters and videos to caring@WNCT.com.
Hey Eastern North Carolina, I'm Alexa Kay with the Down East Wood Ducks baseball team in Kinston. We have some awesome merchandise for you guys this season, including all of these brand new hats that we just got in today. And we have something brand new for you guys. On the 1st and the 15th of every month this season, we're going to be getting in brand new merchandise. Plus, a lot of that new merchandise is going to be our 2 new alternative logos, the Kinston Collard Greens and the Avocados Luchadors. So make sure you check us out online or visit our team store Monday through Friday, 11 to 4. And we'll see you all out here on April 9th for opening day. Go Woodies!
After your favorite CBS shows, watch your local 9 on Your Side news at 11 to wrap up your day and to prepare for tomorrow with your local news.
I'm Shayla Reeves. Thank you for joining us. Drivers in the city of Washington have a reason to be excited.
Weather.
Later tonight, our winds will begin to switch around.
Education.
Chief Beasley says that this program helps give students a second chance.
City development.
The city is finally opening its first ever license plate servicing branch.
And more from across the East. Every day, WNCT 9 is on your side. What are online originals? Local stories, local documentaries, special features. Everything you need at your fingertips. WNCT.com online originals.
The long forecast, the 7-8 day forecast, that's what I like to see. That lets me know ahead of time what the weather's going to be like. Jerry does a good job. He lets you know when something is finna transpire. I have the app on my phone and the radar on my phone so I can keep up with that. It helps me know when the storm is coming up and what the weather's going to be like and what's bad. One moment I really appreciated was when Hurricane Florence was about and the way Jerry really let you know what was going to happen. That was one moment that made my decision for us to leave town at that time, because in Craven County we got hit bad. And Jerry really emphasized how strong the storm surge was going to be, how much wind we was going to have, how much damage was expected. So that gave us the determination to leave town. So that was one of the great moments, I believe, was with Jerry's forecast of Hurricane Florence. I just want to say y'all continue to do what you're doing.
Well, that's going to conclude this episode of the East Daily Download. As always, we thank you for joining us. National Poetry Day was something that happened last fall. I'm sure it'll happen again this fall. And we set up a whole show with a coffee house theme where you heard like this in the background, and different people recited poetry. My wife actually wrote the poetry I did because that's not really my strength, but she did a really good job with that. And Bryce, who's behind the camera right now, came up and recited some. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think that was one of the first moments that I know I had been on camera before a couple of times, but that was one of the first moments where I had to speak on camera, and I didn't realize how nervous I was going to be, and I had to be in that character, you know, and with the shades and the spotlight and whatnot. But
yeah, that's right, because you came out here, you were Be Saucy. But that was a lot of fun, and Ashley made this great like poetry background, like it looked like a nightclub or something with the microphone there and the whole neon. So again, as we head towards 150 episodes, we're just kind of nostalgically reflecting back. This was a good time. Did you enjoy doing that?
I did enjoy doing that. I felt the soul of the little haiku that I was speaking at the time. So.
We do have a lot of fun here on the East Daily Download, and we hope that comes across to you at home. Again, you can go back and check out these older episodes that we're talking about. They're at WNCT.com under the Download tab, also the WNCT mobile app. Okay. We're going to wrap it up for now. We hope you join us again tomorrow in the next episode of the East Daily Download. Stay safe, everybody, and we'll see you soon.
When we hit the road for the next edition of the East Daily Download, we're live at Whirligig Stage for an interview and performance. We take a look at the Man with a Plan premiere.
I'm going to start dressing like your mom. Enjoy.
We'll have a story on a birthday that was still made special while keeping up with social distancing.
Right now, I think is a time people can feel lonely, and I did not want her to feel that on her birthday.
And since it's Friday, we'll have Fashion Friday coming your way. We'll see you on the next edition of the East's Daily Download on Eastern North Carolina's CW.